Well, last night, music's biggest night took over Hollywood, the Grammy Awards, and Entertainment Tonight's Kevin Frazier and Nichelle Turner were on the red carpet and backstage.
They're joining us now to share some of their favorite moments.
I feel like the Grammys really did deliver last night.
Yeah.
It was a special show, and from beginning to end, the surprises, the performances, and the awards all did not disappoint.
It was an incredible year for music. There were great performances, special moments, starting with the end of the show, the special moment of the night.
Celine Dion,
Celine
the queen,
Dion,
walking out.
absolutely.
We haven't seen her in a while, and the fact that she showed up and delivered the Album of the Year award made it even better. And she sounded so eloquent. She looked beautiful. So that was a relief.
I was ready for this moment when she announced that Album of the Year was going to Taylor Swift. I was so ready for an incredible interaction between those two women. And me, I think the rest of the internet was a little disappointed when that
I mean, just watch this. And Taylor, she comes up, she receives the award. She kind of snatches it from Celine and is like, yeah, okay, thank you. I'm tripping. I'm going to go
Why
up here
does
and talk.
karma have to be played?
Right. That was the wrong kind of karma. Because, you know, she basically snubbed Celine. She, in many ways, she should have acknowledged her, and she didn't at all. That was a misstep. But, okay, let's talk about your favorite moment of the night.
Tracy Chapman and Luke Combs, hands down. The moment before she started singing, she realized what was happening in that moment, and she got very emotional. Take a look.
You got a fast car. I wanted to get to anywhere. Maybe we make a deal. Maybe together we can get somewhere. Any place is better. Starting from zero, got nothing to lose. Maybe we'll make something. Me, myself, I got nothing to prove.
I mean, it's just a song that soothes your soul,
Yes,
doesn't it?
does. We are just getting started, though. We've got all of those moments and so much more that you did not see on television, and that'll be tonight on Entertainment Tonight.
Magic.
All right, thanks, Kevin and Nichelle. Okay, so I've got more, and we'll get to both of those moments in a second. But first up, okay, Miley Cyrus.
Yes.
I kind of feel like, aside from Taylor's big moment, which we'll get to in a second, I kind of really feel like this was Miley Cyrus's night. She had never won a Grammy Award before last night.
And then she wins two.
She wins two.
Yeah.
She won for Record of the Year and Pop Solo, I think, Album of the Year. She also had this super awesome performance. It was very, like, Tina Turner-esque kind of, but it was just her. There was no dancers. She absolutely killed it. You could tell she was completely just like reveling at everything that was coming her way last night. And you can tell she's been working towards it.
She's just very much herself.
Yeah.
You know, she's been child star. She's been, you know, there's just so many points of her life. And I feel like she is, you know, like she's, here I am, this is me.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and she's amazing.
Final point on that, it seems like she's in a very good place right now, which was really nice. Just a very healthy place, which was nice to see. Yeah. Okay, so next up, Taylor Swift, obviously the big talk of the whole night. So she won two big awards, firstly for Pop Vocal Album of the Year, and then also Album of the Year. So here's the thing, when she won the first award of the night, she tells her fans, or I guess the audience, but also directed at her fans, she's like, this is my 13th Grammy win. For all of her like crazy super fans, they know that 13 is like kind of her number. Right. So as a gift of sorts, she announces that there's an album she's been kind of keeping to herself for 2 years called The Tortured Poets Department, and it will be out in April. And here's what's crazy is all the Swifties on my social media, it was on every single social media story and blew up within seconds as soon as it was announced on the Grammys, which was incredible. So that's really exciting. I will say, Kevin and Nichelle touched on this, the whole Celine Dion of it all, I don't think it was intentional that she like kind of sidestepped her, if you will. But I can understand it. Celine's an icon, and also she's been dealing with the stiff person syndrome, so this was a really big deal for her to be there. So I can understand where they're coming from.
I can understand where they're coming from, but I also just think right now it's popular to hate Taylor and anything she does.
I agree with that. Yeah. Yep, any reason people will take. Next up, Billie Eilish and Phineas. So they won for their song, oh my gosh, I'm blinking. What Was I Made For Song of the Year. They also did a performance, which I actually really loved. I think a lot of people think this song's kind of annoying and overdone at this point. It's from, obviously, the Barbie film, which was huge this last year. But I love it. I think there's obviously a lot of good meaning behind it. It tied in really well with the film itself. Just lots of good stuff all around. And I think it's super exciting that they won for this. Next up, this was kind of one of the most bizarre-ish, I guess, moments of the night. So Jay-Z won this kind of like Dr. Dre special award, but his speech was all about how like the Grammys are not a good indication of like your career, how far you've made it, and was kind of like taking digs at the Recording Academy because, like, I guess Beyonce's #1 album of the year, and so he was taking kind of jabs at that and kind of like, in a weird way, trying to be inspirational to other future artists or young artists, but I don't know if it landed. I think a lot of people that were watching and a lot of people on social media didn't really understand what he was trying to do there.
Right, so it was either a snub or an encouragement.
Yeah, it was super, super strange. So next up, and Nichelle and Kevin touched on this as well, Tracy Chapman returns to the Grammys and performs Fast Car with country musician Luke Combs. So her song has made a huge comeback because he covered it, kind of made his own rendition of it, which his version is good, but nothing compares to the original. And it was so wonderful to see her perform. You could tell she was a little teary-eyed. That moment meant a lot to her, and there was immediate cheer and applause as soon as she started singing.
Yeah, that was definitely really powerful.
Yeah, a very, very cool moment. Another standout to me, they did an In Memoriam, which was kind of I would say like a 10-minute type thing. There was lots of artists involved, but the standout to me was Fantasia did a Tina Turner tribute, which was absolutely incredible. I also saw on Twitter, I don't know if this is true, I can't confirm this, but she obviously won American Idol in the early seasons, and apparently her audition song was a Tina Turner song. So it was like a full circle moment.
So
a lot of people were saying to be able to do this tribute at the Grammys.
Those costumes are gorgeous.
It's just spot on. The dancing was insane. If you haven't seen it, go back online and check this out. It was really, really cool. Finally, two big kind of legendary artists made an appearance. Billy Joel sang last night and had written a very new song for the first time in 30 years, which blew my mind. So that was really cool. I think people were really excited to see him. And then there was also this really special moment with Joni Mitchell featuring Brandi Carlile. That was really neat. She just turned 80 years old recently. She sang Both Sides Now. It was super emotional. Everyone in the audience was crying. I think people at home were crying. But overall, a really, really good Grammy Awards and really, really cool night. So if you haven't checked out any of the performances, go see them online.